Every day, we make many choices, some consciously evaluated and some not. In today's Booster Shot, I will tell you what our minds fail to see while making choices. In 1943, there were plans to reconstruct the British Parliament building, which had been destroyed during German Blitz in World War II. This led to an interesting debate about how the building should be reconstructed. Winston Churchill had been at that point in time in Parliament for 3 decades, and he made a very passionate speech saying that he wanted the building to be reconstructed the same way as before. This meant that the building would be in oblong rectangular shape and not in a semicircular shape as the most modern parliament buildings of that time. Since the building was too small, it made the debates more intense and exciting. Since the members of different parties sat close to each other, they were forced to pay attention to other party instead of noticing what was going on in their own party. It provided a sense of urgency and, most importantly, a sense of intimacy. It presented a more united front. As Winston Churchill said, we shape our buildings and afterwards our buildings shape us. In some ways, if you think about it, what an architect does when she's designing a building is that an architect is making choices. How big you want the entryway to be? Do you want a grand entrance or a humble one? Do you want open spaces or closed? And presumably, each of those choices will change the way we behave inside that building. So the way the choices are presented to us affect our decisions and our behaviors. For example, when it comes to our buying decisions, those too get affected by the way choices are presented to us. Companies pay supermarkets to put products in favored positions. It turns out that products that are placed just below the eye level are likely to sell more than products which are placed at knee level. Companies like Google pay to be pre-installed in smartphones. It turns out, in fact, that very few people make the shift from, say, a Google to a Microsoft Bing or any other website. It is easier for our mind to make choices from the field of choices that are freely and naturally available to us and not always make the effort to think deeper or, in fact, to think at all. So the next time when you make a choice, then step back and evaluate. Is this a choice made consciously, or is this a choice made out of the easy options available? Because remember, we shape our choices and afterwards our choices shape us. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next Booster Shot.